Hello everyone, Trigan here. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2, to our finale, our drive-through on this Series 14 map. This, I've got to say, has been my favorite playthrough of all the ones we've done. I mean, not only for how long it's lasted, which is great. I hate the fact that, you know, we've had these short runs over and over again. I really enjoy the fact that we've had one that has lasted for quite a long time. And I've really enjoyed it. In fact, I feel like I've had the time with... And the whole thing, I think the reason has been the fact that we've stretched out the time. And if that's been there the whole thing, and I've just been missing it the whole time, and I've just been missing it, then I'm really annoyed with myself. Yeah, I just feel like I can sort of relax a little bit more and enjoy each time period and enjoy the trains and do some decorative stuff and things like that. In fact, I wish I'd done some more decorative stuff. I think next time I'm going to start getting into it a little bit earlier and do more decorative stuff than we did this time. But yeah, I went around before this and replaced some of the trains that had gotten out of date. I'd already upgraded all the ground vehicles, and of course the jets here we upgraded last episode or the episode before that, one of the two. Our cities are really looking big. I love the big transportation hubs that we've done. I would love to be able to do more with them. I really like that one mod I had that had the transportation hub that mixed buses and trams and trains all on one thing, but it was a pain in the butt to use. It really was not very well set up, and I suspect that it does not have the newer features that have been built into the game since. Alright, let's hop off from here and hop onto... Whoa! Frome is accepting new cargo and a new iron mine. If that iron mine is in a more convenient place than the ones we've seen recently, then I'm going to be annoyed with that too. Let's see. Let's hop on with this passenger train and ride it for a while. Over here, some of these are getting a bit old. Sadly, because we've reached the sort of end of the playthrough here, or the end of the content, I'm not actually able to upgrade these anymore. This is the most recent high-speed train that we've got. There's another one that has come out since, but it only does 200, whereas this does 280. And for these, now this is a branch route, but for the corridor routes, I really want to keep as high a speed as possible. And actually, really for the branch routes, I should as well. Though I have used the 200 speed one on at least one branch route. Let's scoot this in a little closer here. Some of these stations are really, really busy now. That's a fairly new, that doesn't look like it, but that's a fairly new Soviet locomotive there. I'm sorry, not Soviet, Russian. With the lack of Soviet anymore. It's sad to say, with all the weird stuff that's gone on in the last few years, I sort of miss the Soviet Union. As terrifying as the Cold War was. That's a pretty cool train, though. Pretty cool locomotive, I'm sorry. Now this one doesn't really have a great scenic route to it. We've definitely got some more scenic ones. Actually, let's hop off from here. That was interesting, but let's find something with a bit more scenic route. How about here? Because this is pretty scenic. We'll hop on with this freight train, because he's just heading out. So this is a fairly recent train here, and it's looking pretty dingy, too. Actually, I probably should get closer to the locomotives, otherwise it'll swing us around all over the place. The bad thing about these cameras is they're, you know, whatever the focal point is, that's where you are. So if you go around a curve, you swing wildly out to one side or the other. I went through off camera up here. We're actually going to go through by St. Austell. And I cleaned up a lot of the stuff there by St. Austell. I realized that the oil refinery there and the food plant there, both we had humongous stations that we weren't using much of anymore because we didn't need as many locomotives, and because I rerouted everything going south instead of going through St. Austell. And so did we just pass through a station and not stop there? What? Oh, that was the oil, what you call it, wasn't it? Yeah, this is the farm here. I was going to say, why did we just pass through a station and not do anything there? That's one of the newer grain trains that I set up when I cleaned up all of this and upgraded all these to high-speed rails. These were still some of this, not this one, not the central line we're on, but the lines for steel and for grain were still on the old tracks, and I was putting in trains that were capable of doing higher speeds than that. Replaced this bridge. You can see we got the nice higher speed bridge here, and I actually extended this because the city, as you can see down here, has started growing beyond the train line, and so there was only one way where I had a road there that they were able to get through to it. So I went ahead and extended the bridge all the way to there so that we could get more roads going underneath it and connect that little section to the city up. I probably should have extended the bus service or tram service, whatever we've got here, down into that area too. Look at all the consumer goods we got waiting here. I got a lot of passenger train here. Oh, and a passenger train showed up. Good. Good. This is still a pretty busy station. Remember what a bottleneck this was? This was such a bottleneck when we had all the goods and steel and food and oil going through here. It was such a mess. Sending the food and the oil to the south really, really cleaned up everything for us. That was such a good move. Okay, I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to show you what I did over here. You can see this was this huge station here, and now it's just 2 platforms and 3 tracks. I only need 1 train on each of these branches anymore, so I didn't need to have them double tracked anymore. And with just 1 train, there was no reason for them to use more than 1 platform. So that allowed me, I took this track out, so this platform here can be used fully just for outgoing food. And there's our outgoing food train. I chose to use a diesel on here instead of an electric, even though I'm using basically the same model, just the diesel version of it, because it costs half as much. It costs half as much to operate it. It costs half as much to buy it. But yeah, you see this looks all... Did we just have a plane go through us or something? That was weird. You can see this is all cleaned up. It's all nice new tracks. So here's the train we saw sitting there at the farm. Lots of grain on here. I like these nice green, bright green cars. It reminds me of the farming equipment from Farming Simulator. That's what I was thinking when I did this, when I colorized these. I was like, hey, that I like that. So the farm stuff is Farming Simulator colored. It's like, not, no, is that John Deere green? I think that's a little too bright to be John Deere green. It definitely reminds me of the green of some of the stuff. Alright, let's move on. And if you've not seen me reach the end of one of these series before and you're wondering what the heck is going on, I've sort of like spending... I like riding the vehicles and exploring the map that we've built. And so it's sort of now gotten to be the thing to ride some of these vehicles and just enjoy the view. In fact, I was sorely tempted to just set this to music and not do a voiceover on it at all. In fact, if you guys would like to see that, let me know, and I'll remember with the next series to do a musical one at the end instead. But I know that some people like hearing my yammering. So I figured I'd go ahead and do the voiceover. These are pretty cool. I love the interior on them. This and the buses we have going too. We don't have any buses in this town. Oh, and those two cities in the last video where I got rid of the buses out to the airport and connected them into the regular city route worked. They're still losing money hand over fist, but that was always my complaint about air travel anyways, is it never makes any money. But they are at least not doing as badly as they were. They were barely making any money at all before. Now they're at least paying about half of what they're costing. Hopefully, you know, if this game were to continue, they would actually balance out, but the game's not going to continue. Much as I would love to continue working on it some. Alright, this is boring. Let's move on. Oh, we still got some more trains. What is this rail pool? Wait a minute, hang on, I gotta check this out. Let's find a shed somewhere. Here's one. Let's find these rail pool locomotives. I think this is part of a mod set. I'm not seeing them though. See, these are pretty cool. We'll get this Lotus and this. I love the color scheme on these. I wish these were a little bit faster. A 140, they're they're too slow for the new cars we've got. I mean, I can use them in areas where we're never going to get up to 160, but like on the branch lines, I want the here they are. They're on this set right here. So they're part of this tracks mod. Oh, and I forgot to turn off Discord again. I love the paint schemes on all of these. They look so cool. Rail pool. DC, Belgium, Neardel, Pant, DC. I don't know. I don't know what any of that means. Still only 140. But yeah, they're a nice locomotive. I really like them. I just have to use them in places that you know, are appropriate. You know, like here I use these because they're cheap. They're really cheap to run compared to a lot of the others. Compared to like the big electrics I'm using on the branch line, like right here, this guy here. So our highway run along here. That's going really well. As you can see, Wimbledon has grown really nicely. What are we using in Wimbledon for mass transit? I love the new semis, the late game semis that we get here. I would love to see more like that with a better variety earlier in the game. These are buses, so we're using buses here. But I like these buses as well. These are pretty fancy. I think these must be from a mod because I don't recall them from the base game. I could be wrong. They don't have much detail. Those Russian locomotives I was showing you, those have a really detailed driver's cab. Let's find one of those real quick. Here we go. Right in here. I love the engine sounds on them too. But yeah, look at the engine. The cab detail. It's really nice. Except, why aren't these guys wearing British Rail outfits? Isn't that British Rail? They even put the engine in here, which is really cool. Yeah, I love the differing engine sounds, especially when they're a nice sounding engine like this. And this one has that low, you know, growling thrum to it. It's really nice compared to the default diesel engine sound, which I found sort of annoying. Speaking of annoying sounds, one thing that really annoys me okay, not really annoys me. It's not super annoying, but I find annoying is the that first steam truck that you get in the game. This vanilla steam truck sounds like a gasoline vehicle, and it shouldn't. It should not sound anything. It should sound closer to a train than like a gasoline powered truck. So that I always found annoying. Okay, this is all going pretty well. I didn't change anything with this, even though we took the tracks out of here. I just left the bridge there because the highway was going under it anyways. And it looked nice. I like that little trip up into the mountains there. Let's hop on here. And there's autosave again. I really should just push the autosave out to once every half hour or something like that. That way, hopefully it wouldn't disturb our things. I've got one South Corridor rail freight train waiting for the next South Corridor freight train. That's a little odd. And this is a freight train as well. We got quite a lot being transferred on this platform. And he's just added to it. A lot of it going onto the Southern Corridor. That's nice. Alright, now we can actually enjoy the ride through the hill here, which is what I was looking forward to. Hello, passenger train. I like these nice wooded areas. So I always end up putting in more trees, which probably adds to the lag. It's actually running relatively smooth today. When I first started the game up, it wasn't. It was running clunky as can be, but I guess it's got a lot of stuff loaded now, so it's not having so much trouble. There we go. Here's the bridge here. The city looks nice. Lots of green around it. I'm sorely tempted. Usually I spend a lot of time in Europe and in the USA. I don't do many Asian maps, so I'm really tempted to do an Asian map next time. And I may have to go looking for... Actually, I think I've got quite a few Asian locomotives and stuff like that. But I may go looking for some more. Especially when I find some more trucks for the middle of the 20th century. Especially if I can find ones that have an all-cargo option. That's my thing. The big thing I use trucks for is intercity delivery. And if they don't have an all-cargo option, I really hate using it. I suppose I need to just look more carefully. If they deliver all the products, then we're fine. But the thing is, usually the thing that gets left out on those trucks is fuel. And if they're not going to deliver fuel, what good are they to me? Because fuel is one of the end products that I need delivered in the city. So if you're a modder out there, please make sure that you have trucks in your mod that deliver all of the goods that need to be delivered in the city, so I can use them for my city delivery. There we go, up to Wimbledon, which we just rebuilt. Looks really nice here now. That's right, we broke this up because there was so much stuff going north here that it was just continually backed up. And you can see that's not happening anymore. But having the fuel and the tools in the same place really made things tough. That's back up to doing full capacity. I put a really expensive locomotive on this. I don't know why. I guess because I made it really long because we were just getting so much stuff here and needing to transport it. We were not keeping up with the output from this. It was not all getting delivered to the train station. It's only delivering about 60% of the tools that they were producing. So I needed to really beef it up, and I decided just, go all out and spend the money on the fast locomotive. Even though he can't get up to speed, he's got the power. He can at least, get up to something in the way of a decent speed. 0.99 loading speed because the tail sticks off the end here. That's actually a nice detail. I like the fact they did that. Let's go to overview, finances. Yeah, no problem. It's costing us about $5 million per period to operate, and we're making over $10 million. And occasionally making more than that. So that's going well. Let's go over to this end of the map, and we'll wrap up over here, I guess. We've got our airport over here. Let's look at him real quick. Yep. Yeah, this one's... He's all back, more or less back to where he was. So there was the dip when I moved the line. It didn't dip for very long. And he moved back up just barely. Not quite making the profits he was. Hopefully that'll pick up. You're saying this like we're coming back to this map. I might come back and tinker with it. Okay, admittedly, I'll never come back and tinker with it. I move on to the next game, and then I'm interested in the next game. Holy cow, why do I have so many trams backed up here? There should not be so many trams here. Do I just have too many on this route now? Because I did shorten the route. Yeah, let's take 5 off from there. There. I'll get down to 15. Hopefully that'll be a little bit less. Yeah, because we took this whole branch coming out to the airport off. Is this new? This is where our airport was. Why is there an oil refinery right where our airport was? That's a little strange. I love how this came out here. This is such a great little spot. And it looks like this is all running smoothly now. I'm going to jump on one of these trains. This will be our last part of the ride here. Jump on one of these and we'll ride it up north. Even though I recolored this as red, this is still that high-speed electric. That goes the max speed of the max speed of the locomotive matches the max speed of the cars. But yeah, that is such a cool. The green ones are I've got the green energy locomotives on them. The green energy logos across the side. And so I colored the wagons all the same shade of green. But those all deliver the tools in the two different directions. We got one of the higher speed locomotives on that one there. I wonder why. Oh, you know what? I want to hop on that one. This one isn't going all the way north. That's right. That one just goes up to the closer to. That's why this one has the. Better yet, here's one that's heading north. Save us a little time waiting for it. Get down here. There we go. That's a nice view. Yeah, this line I'm really pleased with, and this was a tough line to do. I really was not looking forward to it when I decided to do it. I hate having to screw around jumping over tracks and building up bridges and stuff like that, because it's always such a headache to try to get it to work. And I was really pleased with how well it actually worked out this time. Maybe I shouldn't be so afraid of doing it. Well, we've got so many trains on here hauling iron and coal. That's one coming from the coal station. Almost wish I'd hopped on that one instead, because that one will go even further. We can go almost all the way back to St. Austell. But we'll just stick with this one. So this one here It just lucked out we were able to just go under it instead. So we didn't have to try to build a bridge over that, because that one's pretty high already coming off the bridge over the river. I don't know why this other one was not so high. There's that iron mine, and that curves up going to the iron mine up north. Or actually, out east. Is that direction is east. Iron and coal going out. Actually, you know what? I think, and here's where we're jumping over this. That's the central corridor there. That's bushy. And that is one really old bridge that we've never updated. There's our trucks. This is the... Is that the southern truck area? Yeah, because we haven't crossed the bridge yet. Did I read? I must have redone that road, because I don't remember it going off all the way over this direction. I love the new lumber trucks we've got. Those are so cool. Oh, we've got a backup here waiting to get into the station. This is a nice spot here. Coming down to the river level. Oh no, that was the lumber. I was thinking it was the... And I even said lumber truck. That was the lumber trucks for that sawmill. This is a cool spot. I really like this. Like right next to the river with the rocks right down here. It's too bad we don't have any boats. I got rid of them because they just were not doing the job. But I do like seeing boats on the river. Maybe I should just put, you know, some occasional, like, tourist boats. Even though they won't make any money, and just run them up and down the rivers just so that we have some boat traffic. I never use the ferries because they just always lose money. They're just as bad as the jets. They just never make a profit. And I understand that. Why are they even in the game if they just can't make a profit? I can understand. Sometimes I put in trains that I know are not going to make much money or may lose money, because I know, especially like the city delivery stuff and the public transportation in the city, those are not there to make money. They're there to get goods and people onto my trains or off from my trains, so that my trains make money. So I don't mind losing money on those, but the ones that are the planes and the riverboats that, you know, they're basically taking traffic from my trains. And well, there's quite a back up there too. I had those nicely balanced, the lumber camps, forest, and everything nicely balanced. This is so backed up. We're going to switch to a different train. But I had these nicely balanced, but when I put the new trucks on, I have not balanced them since doing that. And these new trucks carry a lot more. Let's get a close-up look at one of these guys. I know I said that was going to be our last ride, but look at the cage around this thing. That is something else. Except for this gigantic weird cage, this really does look like something from Farming Simulator. Which I keep wanting to get back into, and I keep not getting back into. Those are such cool looking trucks. I really love them. And here's our beautiful area here with our dump trucks. I love this. I love how this all worked out with all the different roads coming into it. And I love, I just love how this worked out, period. It's like, this is another one I haven't balanced since we got the new trucks. You can see, because they just have trucks just sitting around waiting. We could really cut out quite a few of them. Let's see. Oh, this guy is just going on to here. It's another one of our high speed, but this is all coal. And that was a real tough part, getting the coal and iron balanced out. For a long time, I just had tons and tons of iron, and no matter what I did, I had tons and tons of iron waiting on platforms at that central rail station, because it was just the iron mine's just so much closer that it was just totally backed up there. I have added more trains onto this, and it's still backed up on this platform. Oh, there's some trucks we haven't updated. Hang on, let's update these trucks. You guys, we are not gonna need anywhere near as many trucks on this route once I do this. So what do you guys? No, that's not what I want. What do you guys carry? 32. So the new ones here will carry 38. So we really don't need to. We don't need to delete a bunch of them. I'll leave it for now. Alright, this will be our last ride. We'll ride this truck. Ride the nice dump truck that I love so much. I like the lumber trucks. I think are even better. They're so beautiful. I just love the way they look. So one thing I hate about the newer trucks in this game is that so many of them are closed back. And because of the way I play, I rarely get to use the trucks like this. And the closed back ones are just sort of boring. I like seeing all these different styles. I mean, I could do it in the city. I could have multiple types of delivery trucks, but I don't know. Maybe we'll do that next time. Oh, these bigger cities, it does seem to work out, because you could say, okay, this area all requires fuel, and just have a truck line with just a couple trucks on it, just doing nothing but delivering fuel to that area. Maybe next time I'll get into doing that. Here we are. We can actually see the green St. Austell food trains coming from the farms, going to the farms. That's pretty funny. And this, I think, here, this track right here, so there's the coal mine right across the tracks, so we're picking up from that coal mine. But this track right here, and you can see I've got nice new bridges on it. This is the oil train coming from the north and feeding down to our refinery down there. But that's it, guys. This is a beautiful view. That's it, guys. This is our run-through for the end of this series. Next episode of this will be our brand new series, brand new map. Like I said, maybe we'll give Asia a try. I'm going to have to take a look and see what mods I can find and stuff that I like for it, and what mods actually still work, because you know how it is with games, mods quit working as they do updates. If you like this video, and if you enjoyed the series, please tickle that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone.